Well, surprise, surprise. This is the Well After Hours today, and we're here visiting a dear sister friend of mine, Sandra Armstrong-Henderson, who is the Christian proprietor of Favorite Tea Boutique Line and Accessories. And we're here. Hey, how are you?
Welcome to Favorite Tea Line and Accessories.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to come into your beautiful, lovely establishment. All these goodies and things to make us pretty. So you take it away and tell us what you want about what we have here. Look at this beautiful.
We have, Favorite Tea Line and Accessories. We try to accessorize for all occasions, different occasions for young and old. We have different types of styles of earrings. We have necktie brooches. We have gold. We have silver. We have beaded. You know, for those that like the old essentials of the old time.
Kind of vintage like, right? Yes,
vintage,
beautiful.
Most definitely. But we also have some of those that like to go out and, you know.
A little bling, right?
A little bling here and there. So we do that as well. And of course, we do have our Mary Kay line as well. I'm a Mary Kay specialist.
Oh, all right.
So we do have different types of pearl sets. We have more bling, more accessories, gold. We have our pashmina scarves. It's cold out, so you want to come in and wrap up and be nice and warm. It's a very good special gift also, you know, for you want to get your mom something. We have all different types, styles of hats. We have jeggings for our young people.
Yes.
They love their jeggings. And we have our t-shirts that God has given me a design to do on each t-shirt.
Wonderful.
So we have I Am Beautiful. We have Grace. We have Faith. And we have Love with our cross. And then we have I Survived in red for the blood. I Survive in purple for those that are suffering or those that have beat domestic violence, have survived out of it. And for those that are going through autistic and have children and they want them to know that they survived.
Wonderful.
And then we have pink for cancer.
Yes.
My mom died of cervical cancer.
Wow.
So when God gave me that, I knew that's what it was. And these are just some teas that we have here that says girl, and they all blinked out.
Yes.
As you see, they're selling.
Yes.
So they have a few. Then we have all
Beautiful.
type of different styles of shades, bling, plain, and pearl. So whatever style you want for that day, we have. We have all type of dresses and skirts, different lines, different styles. You want to dress up, you want to dress down, you want to go out. We all have.
You have a little something for everybody.
We also have some coats, different styles. So you can always come in and find something. This is our men's section. We don't want to leave our godly men out.
All right.
So we have different type of style sets of tie and bow tie sets with the lapels. We have shades. We have different types of t-shirts for them. Christ strong. He's my king, man of valor. He's my king once again. So you can always come in and find something. We have different styles of more blouses here. We have different sale items. We have some pants. We have skirts. We have suits. As you see, the mannequin is dressed.
Yes.
So we just want the woman to come in and say, wow, this is a boutique that I can come and I can shop and I can find something that is different.
Beautiful.
So I think, you know, the creativity that I have, that God has supernaturally downloaded in me, so that way I can dress them according to what they feel comfortable in.
Isn't it?
And it's more pearls.
Yes.
And I love pearls as well. We have
I
more
know.
bling.
There's nothing like the pearls.
Yes, different styles of pearl sets as well.
Yes.
Different colors. We have belts. We have different styles of necklace to fit that young lady or someone that is more elegant in style that wants to say, I'm going out to a nice party and they are celebrating me and I want something with a lot of bling.
Yes.
So I just want to have them accessorized. We have different colors.
You watch yourself.
We have different colors. This right here is one of my favorites. It's called the Nubian Queen. As you see the different styles and shapes of the gem.
Yes.
So I love that. Well, I love all of it.
Yeah,
but
there's just so much. You go from one like, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that too. Oh, I want that too.
So we have, you know, we want to be
beautiful.
accessorized for everyone.
Well, that is so beautiful. And I tell you, I just wanted to get this tour in so that when we begin to talk about your business and you being a woman of faith who has stepped out on faith to open up this this T line. We want other Christians to see what is right in their neighborhood so they can support, because the Christian proprietors support the gospel. And I think that is so important, and I know you do. And so I would admonish them, invite them, motivate them to please come out to Favor Tea Line Boutique and Accessories right here at 1607 Springfield Avenue in Maplewood. I tell you, you will just have a shopping good time in here. So we're going to now begin our interview. Now that you have seen Favor Tea Line, you're going to find out more about the proprietor. So thank you so much for the tour.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, welcome to the Well After Hours. I'm Beverly Allen, your host, and you turned into the place where women of faith engage in conversations that are biblically guided to help promote spiritual strength for life's challenges. And one of the challenges that we're speaking about today is about Christians in business. And there's a story behind the glory. So I have a wonderful guest that's going to tell us the story behind her glory today in the person of Sandra Armstrong-Henderson. She is the Christian proprietor of Favor Tea Line Boutique and Accessories here at 1607 Springfield Avenue in Maplewood. And we want to encourage other members of the faith to come out and support our Christian proprietors, because they're supporting the gospel. And so we should help support them. And so we're here in this lovely, lovely boutique. Sandra, this is my first time here. I'm just loving it. I love what you have. It's just beautiful. So I wanted to ask you, when were you first inspired to do this? I mean, what was the steps that you took to get here?
Wow. 4 years ago, God just impressed on me to do t-shirts. And I was like, okay. But I didn't know how to start the business. So I had to call someone and ask a question. I was online doing stuff, and they didn't get back to me until the next day. By then, I kind of knew what to do to register the name, because that's very, very important. You want to register your name, your business name, to make sure it's not out there and someone else have it.
Right. And what inspired you to give it that name, Favor Tea?
God gave me that
Isn't
name.
That beautiful? Favor.
That's what I said. I was like, whoa, Favor, okay. So God gave me that name, and one thing at that particular time, God was asking me what was my answer. And my answer was, yes, Lord. So a lot of people hear me say that. And that was the very first design, yes, Lord. Wow. I don't have any more now. But that was the very first black t-shirt, woman t-shirt, and silver, like a glitter bling. Yes, Lord. Would you give him a yes, Lord? And I said, yes, Lord. And I just kept writing down. I have a book, and I was writing down. Every time he would give me a design, I would write it down. And I would kind of design it as I listened to the voice of God. And some didn't look right, because I'm not, I'm not very artistic. So
that was your sketch.
That was my sketch,
right?
But as long as I can put it together, that was the main thing. So I did t-shirts. I went to different conferences. People had different things going on, so I sold t-shirts. And at that particular time, I had more support outside of the church, because I would wear my t-shirt everywhere I went, whether if it was I am beautiful, yes, Lord, faith in white or faith in black. And everybody would ask me what was that about. And that allowed me to be my own walking billboard.
Wow.
So at that time, I just went forth and I said, okay, God, now, you said I could do these t-shirts, but I think it's something more. So I did that. I was still working with my secular job, and then I said, okay, but I don't want to leave the guys out. So I was praying, and God gave me Christ Strong, Mighty Man of Valor, and He's My King. And I was like, wow.
So
believe it or not, some women brought those t-shirts too.
Wow. So you basically started out with t-shirts before?
Only t-shirts.
Oh my goodness.
And I had the t-shirts for about 3 years. No, about 2 years. And then I had little jewelry, just some things, just to see how well, because a lot of the events I went to was a lot of women there. So I did a little bit of, little small jewelry to see how well it would go. That went fine. So once I branded the name, I said, okay, God, He gave me favorite T line. I added the accessories because there wasn't no clothing there, and I had a lot of accessories. So that's how I came up with the name. And then from that point on, I just continued to pray and seek God because I knew it was something different. I was always in fashion, even as a young girl. I did modeling shows. We was modeling in Newark here and there. So I always had a thing for fashion. And with my dad, he was very creative. He did a lot of things hands-on and always wanted to do something. So I believe I got that creativity from my dad.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes,
wow.
Thank you.
So you began to just build, you from the T-shirts to the
did.
Accessories.
Because when we came here, I lost my job before we came here, and I said, okay, and I had just got married, and lost my job, and I was like, okay, now what I'm going to do? And I said, okay, do I take some time off? Because the last job I was at, it was very stressful. And for those that don't know, I'm a CADC, which is a certified alcohol and drug counselor. So that is my...
I could see how that could be very stressful, yes.
Yeah, but I love what I do because I love helping people.
Exactly. When you help people, you take it so much to heart. And so, yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And at that time, my whole career, I did a lot of work with women. Women that was abused, women that was molested, women that lost their children to the system. So what I did, God had to bring that back to my remembrance. And I said, okay, so you have that connection already with women, and you can build on that.
Wow.
So I said, okay, so in that 2-year period, I didn't really do too much. Basking in, the newlywed.
On your honeymoon, right?
Yeah, right. So then I started looking I had looked for a place before, but I stopped. Because everywhere I went, a lot of people, they want to know when you start a business, especially a storefront, what are you selling? Do you have a customer base already? Also, what are your items? Who are you targeting? And if they don't think that it's a market that is going to bring in the public, like fast money, they don't want to take that risk.
Take that risk, yeah.
And if you tell them, oh, what God said, they don't want to hear that
either. They want to know what's in the bank.
That's right. Oh, yes. And you know what? Nowadays, that is so true. They want to know what's in the bank because they want to know your bank statements and things of that nature. Yes. And, how much you spent here. And everybody has a fee now. Before there was never a fee, and there's like a apartment fee. The application is actually for apartment, but they put it in for a store. And then so I found this place here, and it was funny because I don't even know how I came up here that particular day. And we was driving down, and my daughter I said, take a picture of that sign in the window. I said, call. So I was like, okay. And I spoke to the gentleman, and he said, well, you have to go to, township. I did all of that. They was very nice. They was warm. They was fuzzy. They was welcoming and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. I said, but I found 2 places. Now, this is how, I said, this is God leading you. Because I believe God ordered our steps and our stops.
That's right.
See, some people say, oh, he just ordered steps. No, he ordered our stops too. So it was one of the chief investigators here in Maplewood. So I told him where the other spot was. He said, no. I don't want you there. And he said, because this person don't do this, they don't do that, and I don't want you in that bind.
Wow.
He didn't know me at all. And for him to give me that information, I said, okay, God, this must be where you want me at. So we went on through the paperwork and everything, and it was good. So we came here. I looked at the place. It don't look nothing like how it was.
I can imagine. I can see where you put some touches on.
Oh my God. It was like a burnt orange color in here, and makeshift shelving in the center of the floor, which was nailed. It was screwed to the floor. Yes.
So you had to do all of the
changes,
like the renovations.
Yes, and moved those shelves was crooked, but I still believe
But you
God
had the
because
vision. Yes. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I didn't have to go out and buy the slat walls. They were here.
Oh, wow.
I just moved those shelves and took that slat wall from back there, put it up here.
Okay.
Okay. And
So you came in, you were seeing a vision, you were
yes,
okay.
yes. And before this even really, came out, I have to say I thank God for my pastor and my first lady. They came, and prayed in here with me, and I just thank God for that. You
Isn't
don't
that
find
beautiful? Yes.
a man of God and a woman of God
Mm.
that will take away from their busy schedule to come and do that. So I really thank God for that. So moving along, we came in, we did a lot of painting and all of that. And for those that don't know, I'm a homeowner too, which I helped build my home from ground up. So I knew a lot of stuff to do.
Mhm.
Thank God. See how God prepares. So now I came in, we got the place, and I said, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. But then I came in and I'm like, this look kind of empty. We need more than t-shirts in here.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband said to me, something is missing. And I was like, well, what do you mean something is missing? What are you talking about? And he said, I don't know, but something. So I started praying and seeking God again. So he led me to go to one of the stores that I get my displays from. And I started getting my little stuff around, and I said, okay. And then
So
I
he
went
had
back.
a vision with you. That's beautiful. The way he partnered with you to,
Yes.
help you, push you to help you get to, you
Right,
reach
where I
your
need to
goal
go.
and your
Mhm.
your whole
Yeah.
vision of this. That he was on board with it.
Yes, he
That
definitely
is
was.
beautiful.
So I was like, oh, but then the fleshy side of me, I have to be real, was like, what he mean something got to be up in here? So I said, okay, I'll fix him. So I went to my manufacturers and got more jewelry. So I filled the place up. He was like, something's missing. I was like, okay, all right. He said, I don't know what you're going to do, but you got to do something. God put people in your path for a reason. And I met another boutique owner from South Jersey. And I was looking for a particular blouse. And I seen people all over the world with him. And I was like, well, how come I can't find them? I've been to Macy's, I've been to Nordstrom's, I've been to all Macy's, I've been everywhere. Can't find these blouses. So I found the boutique owner in South Jersey, and she had one of the blouses. And she said, and I was telling her, my vision and what I wanted. So she said, well, take my number down. You can call me anytime.
Wow.
And she's a woman of God. And she's been in business over 20 years, probably over 30 years. And she took me under her wing.
Kind of mentored you kind of
Yes.
in business. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes, took me to the shows. We met, because she doesn't drive. And I was like, well, I drive, And she said, no, we're not driving to New York. So we went to one of the first clothing show she took me to, and introduced me to her people.
Wow.
To her manufacturers, and they blew me away. They was like, oh, you know her, come on in. No, come on. You come over to my booth. This is what we're going to do. And so I brought some things while I was there, and I started putting them in the store. I said, okay, that's what it is. That's what's missing. We need the clothing. And for some people, they can order online. I can't do that because I tried.
See it and try it on, and
right. And
but
these
sometimes things look different when
you
get
get
them.
Yes, and I tried, and I had to fight and get my money back. So I like to go to manufacturers that say, okay, how can I help you? Come and let me show you to my display room. So we sit at the table. This is what I'm looking for. And they say, okay, these are all the display. You can tell me, look at whatever you want and tell me what do you need or what do you want. I like filling the material, right? And most manufacturers, they keep size small on display. They may have a medium here and there, but definitely small. So for me, because we are shaped differently,
yes,
if I can take my arm and put in the clothing or try something on and it's real snug, I know I need to go up. But if it fits, I know this is what we need because of the way we are shaped, our proportions. So, and I stick with them, up until today. I still have those same, manufacturers. I deal with them. We have a good relationship. I can call them or WhatsApp them, and I said, well, I need this. And they say, okay, do you want us to ship it to you or you want to come and get it?
Wow.
I have a manufacturer that's right here in Moonachie. Never knew any manufacturers in Moonachie, New Jersey.
Isn't that something? Well, wow. Looking at this established, people would walk in and think like, oh, it was so easy. She just went and ordered a few things. What was the most difficult thing about really getting your business like up off the ground, like to start? Because a lot of people talk about what they want to do, but I mean, you have actually done it now, you know, and you're in it. But what was the most difficult part of this journey for you, like when you started, like getting it up off the ground? Because you made a progression. You went from basically like vending and T-shirts and progressing to actually move into a shop.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know what I mean? That's a whole different.
That's a whole different animal.
Whole different ball game.
Yeah.
So.
And I still do vending now, but
Yes.
you know, so we are the boutique that's on the move.
All right.
And that's what I put out there. We're the boutique that's on the move because people say, "Oh, I've seen your stuff. We're having a woman conference. Would you come and vend?" And I'm like, okay, sure, you know.
Wow, that's
and they'll tell me
awesome.
what the price is or whatever, and I'll pack up and we're on the move.
Wow, that's wonderful.
The boutique that's on the move.
And that's a that's a good point, because sometimes people, when they start a business, they don't know that there's different venues that you can participate in to help defray costs, to help,
yes.
Because sometimes the business gets slow. Everybody's
Right,
business, food business, clothing business, retail business. So, I mean, to be able to have that other option to do that is wonderful. That connection, where where conferences and things are going on, and people have seen your clothes, and they say, oh, bring that. That's,
right. And it's not always, I don't want people to think that, because I don't have people come in my boutique and say, oh, wait a minute, this night, oh, wait a minute, this churchy. Oh, this is a church store. And I said, church store? I said, but thank you. I said, but do you see any Bibles laying around? Because when we say a church store, we're going to buy Bibles and, pens or whatever. And I said, something here for everyone. I said, no, come on in. And I walk them around and I said, see, I know you like leggings. I know you like these little jewelry, like they said, y'all wear this going out and things like that. And she like, oh, okay.
Because they judge it because you don't have all the
Hang
real
out
sensual
cool.
stuff. It's not too sensual.
All that
it's a little
sexual
conservative.
stuff, right.
It's beautiful, but it's more, it's a little conservative,
right.
which is nice because this is a Christian
That's
proprietor,
right.
and that's another thing, because you do have that particular audience, or those would be your clientele,
right.
would be the Christian segment,
right.
And which is nice because I've been to many of the larger stores and you can't find anything. Everything is too short, or it's too low cut.
Yes.
And you're trying to find something nice, something that's sharp, that you feel like, I may not be the belle of the ball, but I want to be one of the belles at the ball. What can I be? And so, I mean, it's just beautiful to be able to go someplace and you can feel comfortable, wearing what you wear, because I know a lot of people in the church having a hard time trying to find things, and it's hard.
It's very difficult to find, like you said, things are very, very above the knee. And
modest apparel, as the Bible says, we are to wear modest apparel. We're not to wear things to tempt people or to incite lust or sensuality, and yet you can look sensual and be covered up.
Yes, you can.
Because of the feminine aspect, what you don't see,
right? Exactly.
Is a little more. You leave something to the imagination, But I mean, I think, and they're beautiful. I don't think they just ring out church. They just ring out beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful out.
And that's what I think too, because a lot of the clothing here you can wear out.
Yes.
To your job, to an event, or you can wear it to church. It's up to you.
You're right.
I had customers that come in and they're planning like going away. They're going on cruises. They're going back to their country, and they'll say, I had a lady in here this week, and she was like, "Oh, I could try this here. Wait a minute, I can wear this here, because I'm going for their Christmas. She said, I'm going home.
Yes.
And she said, I can wear this on the cruise ship, and that ain't say church." But there's nothing wrong with it, because a lot of times, even when I first started here, I didn't have my what they call like ribbon cutting ceremony right away, because the mayor here, his schedule, my schedule didn't match. But when I did have a sip and shop, now this is very interesting because I had a sip and shop. I planned it. We had little food. We had the table out in the hallway. Had chairs set up in here, and what I did, people hear sip and shop, automatically they think alcohol. And I wish I had one of the old flyers because someone did a flyer for me, and they had a champagne glass, and they also had a teacup. But I had someone, come in and comment on a flyer, and I said, that's a flyer. I said, I use crystal glasses, they are champagne glasses, but I drink sparkling cider.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean alcohol.
Exactly. You didn't say that. It didn't say it on the
Exactly.
flyer.
It sure enough did not.
Some people saw that like, whoa, let's go there. They're having a champagne brunch.
Yeah, but and they was like, oh, well, because I have to find out what is this here, what does that mean? I said, wait a minute, you a woman of faith, and so am I. I wouldn't have, questioned you like that. So I said, okay, no problem. I said, however, if you're more than welcome to come, but it would be no selling here. I said, because this sip and shop is different. God told me to do it totally different. Because most sip and shop, they have their little drinky drink and they buy or whatever.
As they shopping,
As they shopping. This sip and shop, God said, I want to be different. I want you to have different businesses come and give a spill about their business. And then they can invite their followers. And that's what I did. So I had a Muslim pharmacist come in. Been knowing him for years. And when I asked him to come, it was an automatically yes. And I haven't seen him in a long time. And I was like, you sure you remember me? And he was like, yeah, Sandra, I remember you. And he's doing excellent. He's been in East Orange for over 20 years.
Wow.
Chief of pharmacy. Okay. I had Legal Shield come in. I had... who else came in? I had a young lady. She was just coming by. She was a photographer. She came in to talk about her business. She was just getting started off the ground. I gave her a chance. She took some pictures. I also had what is the other guy?
Well, that's awesome.
They just, he was into like finances, helping people with their finances and things of that nature.
So you created an audience for
yeah.
all of these people who have these businesses to actually.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I even had my cousin come in. He's an attorney. He was like, "No, I'm just here to support you. I don't want to say anything." I said, "Okay." So everyone came in. They looked. They talked about their business. They gave out business cards. Some brought some things while they were here. So it was really, really good. And then the mayor came, and he was just he was blown away.
Wow.
He said, I've never been to a ribbon cutting ceremony like this here.
Isn't that awesome?
And one of the councilmen, he stayed the whole time. And one of my prayers when I moved in here was, God, let me be a beacon of light in this community because I know it needs it.
Isn't that awesome?
And I always would come in. When I come in, I anoint and I pray. And one time, you talk about the hard time, it was a difficult time. It wasn't the most difficult, but it was very slow. And I was like, no one is coming in, and I'm praying. And God reminded me, what did you say you wanted to be?
A beacon of light. Look at
I said, okay.
Isn't that something somebody has to go through? Yeah, but you know what? It's good to know. And the reason I ask that question is because other Christians, they want to take that step, but they get nervous. They get a little fearful, and you can help build up their faith because once you take a step, there's other people watching you make your steps because they want to do the same thing. They start saying, "Wow, well then if she can do it, I can too." And
I
you're
have
sharing
people come
with
in
them.
and ask me, like, what do you do? How do you do it? And they shared with me, like many people have said they were going to help them, but never did. And I said, I welcome that because I was in that place at one point in time. So I said, God, if you ever bring me through this, and this is with my CADC. People always say, oh, I'm going to help you with the test. I'm going to show you how to get by it. No, nothing. However, I said, God, I will never do anyone like that. So please do not let me be like that. So when people come and ask me information, I'm free. I gave it to him. This is what you need to do. Make sure your name is out there. Make sure no one has it. Make sure you apply, with the state of New Jersey if you're going to be in New Jersey. And make sure you have a plan.
That's right.
Make sure you have a plan.
Write the vision and make it plain so he who reads it can run with it. You can't run with something unless you've looked at the different options. It's like that. When we say walk by faith, we don't mean just jump out and don't without a plan, without any research.
To have a plan.
You have to do that,
right.
And God is not asking you. Your faith needs some legs,
right?
to walk on. And the Bible says faith without works is dead. You got to do some work.
That's right. That's so true because my plan was, okay, I'm gonna do my own T-shirts. I'm gonna get the machine and this and the other. It wouldn't come together at that time when I wanted it, and I still don't have the machine, but I still say I'm gonna get the machine. And I went to people and talked to them about doing the silk press T-shirts and things of that nature. So at that time, I don't even know how I met them. It was a company in Garfield, New Jersey. No, Garfield, New Jersey. And I went out there and. My husband went with me, and we sat there at the table with them, and I said, no, this is what I want. So she had some designs on the computer. I said, no, this is what I want. And I would call her up, and she said, I said, send me once you do it so I can approve it, because that would be my screen. Because once you create it, that is your screen.
Right.
So, she sent it to me, and I would call them and say, this is what I want. And I would order my T-shirts, from them, and it would be quality T-shirts.
Wow.
It wouldn't be something that you have this year and it shrinks next year.
Wow.
I still have my same T-shirts from 4 years ago.
And how long have you been here?
March will be my second year.
Wow.
I'll be walking into my second year.
Isn't that awesome? Well, you know what? For the viewers that will see this particular segment, I want you to look in the camera and encourage someone. That's how I want to wrap this up. Who's going into business, who's taking a leap of faith.
This is leap year, and I just want to encourage someone. God has planted a seed of integrity, creativity in you for you to do it. He's not going to do it for you, but he's going to do it with you. And trust him and take him at his word. He said he give us the power to get wealth. So if we lean on the scriptures, write the vision, make it plain, write it down. I encourage each and every one of you to make a vision board. The vision board, how you see your year, your decade, and put on your vision board the things that you want to accomplish. Whether if it's your business or going back to school or things you want to change in your home, things that you want to change within you. Write it down, put it out there, so that way I believe that when you say it, you see it, you can do it. You have to produce, and no one else is going to produce for you, so you have to do it yourself. And reach out, do your own research. Don't wait for someone else to come and say, here, I got this for you. Do your own research. That first step may be a fail. Oh, you don't like that person, or that information wasn't good enough for you. Go back, Google something else, keep digging. Ask people, how did you get there? What steps did you take? You can always ask somebody a question. I don't think that would hurt anyone. Will they answer it? Maybe, maybe not. But yet and still, you got to keep going, keep going. Do not let the dust settle on your feet. Shake the dust off and keep moving. That's my encouragement for you. Keep going. Walk by faith. Just remember, God, we have to take God at his word. And also, we have to remember that we put God in everything. I said, God, you the CEO in this business. I'm just a manager. So if he tells me to do one thing, we got to do that one thing. And you may look a little crazy, but you still got to do it because God say do it. And he'll make you shine even after your craziness. So that's my encouragement.
That is awesome. Well, for all of you who have tuned into the Well After Hours tonight to see our wonderful guest and what she's done, it is a faith builder. So I'm soliciting you to please come out and support her. As I said, these Christian proprietors support the gospel,
Yes.
and we should work together. It's not just her job, but it's all of our job. And
Yes.
you can buy jewelry and accessories here just as well as any place else. So come out and see her. She'll hook you up.
Yes, most definitely.
She'll hook you up and get you all settled. And thank you again for
Thank
being
you.
my special guest
Thank you
here
for
today.
having me.
Oh, it was
Yes,
my
thank
pleasure.
you.
And to those who are viewing, remember the Well After Hours every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube, Beverly D. Allen. Don't forget. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.